as Filthy said, it's day one, baby. Welcome to, this is the Spring Fours. It's one of the toughest events on the English calendar. There are 57 teams and we've arrived at the hotel. We've got about half an hour. We're just going to get a bite to eat. I'm here with the lovely Andy Bowie and Matt Brown.
Hello.
So we're staying with them. Matt's not on our team today. He wasn't going to get a game, but he's managed to get a game in with Mike Bell as an emergency replacement. They were player down, so Matt's got Mike Bell. We can see lots of people around here. There's loads of people in a nice restaurant. Pretty much everyone who sees a bridge player. There's Chucker and Fee over there, and Liz and Liam in the background. Oh, we've got our food here. Oh, yeah, thank you. So we're just going to have some meal. We're just talking system out. So this is system meal. So we have this at the start of a lot of bridge events where you just sit down to each system. I've played with so many people in the last year, and every event I go to I seem to play with someone different, that even though Andy and I have played together before, we have to sit down and rattle off some things we're doing. So we've done that. We're playing in a team with Tom and Athena. They went out for a different meal earlier, and we've got a tough opening match in Hinden. So they're the 7th seeds. It's sort of seeded, not completely. I think they seed the top 32 teams, and then every team after that is just randomly placed. We happen to have got the 7th seed, but we could have got any of the top 32 seeds. So at least we've got the first seed, I suppose. So we'll do what we can. It's a bit of a weird event, this. It's double elimination. So what happens is you're in the main event until you've lost 2 matches, and then you're out of it. And they play until one team is left undefeated, and then they wait for the defeated teams to join them in the semi-final until there's only 4 teams left or so total, and they play a knockout. So the furthest I've ever got in this is round 5. I don't expect us to do that well this year. We're not seeded, and we've got 2 let's say unfamiliar partnerships. I've played with Andy a few times, but we've only played 3 events together before, so we'll do what we can. We're going to have some fun, and there's lots of side events we get to play in if and when we bow out of the main event. So the standard's really strong. It's on the World Bridge Tour, is that right? Which has like an overall ranking for worldwide events. So the Iceland event I went to was on the World Bridge Tour, or at least there was an event before the one we played in that was a World Bridge Tour event. So it's really nice that they're kind of spreading things around the world, and so often the standard is much higher than last time I played. There were 20 extra teams to the last time I turned up to this, and there's a lot of like international players who I've never seen at this event before. So we'll give it our best shot. I'll show you in a second the room we're playing in, and the directors and the board and all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to tuck in, I'm going to have a chip, and we're going to get ready to play the first match. It's a full match tonight, 32 boards, and so hopefully there's some interesting stuff to talk about. This is one of the rooms. Hello. This is one of the rooms, lots and lots of people. There's 3 rooms here, so basically this might be the head-to-head matches. I don't really know. Basically, there's tons of matches going on. 3 different rooms. There's Jake, some people I've spoken with. Jake was my teammate in Peebles. Other people, that's our team table there, but we're mingling around. We're actually playing, there's Athena. Hi Athena. And there's Fiona. And there's John Athy. We're playing John first round, so it should be good. 32 boards tonight. Hi Jake. Hello. Alright, yeah. Who have you got? You and Tom and?
June and Paul.
June and Paul. Okay. Have fun. Yeah, there's Mike Bell. Mike, he's there. Right. So Mike's playing with Matt tonight, so Mike Bell's playing with Matt. They're mating, well they've met before, but it's the first time. There's Alex, there's Gizzy, loads of people here. I'm just going to wander out and show you what's going on. Oops. You can see here people milling around, and that screen there, we'll probably have a better of a look at that screen there. Oh, hi Ali.
How you doing?
Alright, best of luck today.
Thank you.
That screen there is where all the draws are going to be, so depending what event you're in, it sees what seeds remaining and all that sort of stuff. We'll go through that when people aren't watching at a later date. And then there's some other rooms down here, so there's a room in here, there's a room in there with some tables, and then there's a room down in there and some tables as well, so tons of things going on. It feels like we're a bit crowded, so maybe they didn't expect this many teams exactly, but they have fit everyone in. So free water, no free coffee sadly. And it's quite a nice hotel. There's Dan Mack at the bar. We might get him if we win and he wins, or if we lose and he loses. So we've got like a 50% chance of playing him. Yeah, loads of information. And I have 3 virgins on the team, and they've never played Spring 4 before. So I'm kind of leading the field. So hopefully I've got time to not only make sure my team's doing the right thing, but time to film some stuff as well. So next thing you see is probably us in the first round with some boards. and hopefully they're at least duplicated. So it's really, really loud up there, so I'm wandering downstairs. You can see we're in quite a nice place. But yeah, we just finished the first set. We lost by 26. There was a swing out of both tables and then a few imps in. We actually won on some part score deals. Teammates made one end doubled, where I didn't double it. I'm close to, but I decided not to, and the fact it makes anyway is a bit of an interesting hand, I guess. So I'm going to show you that one in more detail. So Future Steve, do board 7. There is another decision I had, and this might depend on your partner's overcall styles. I basically passed 2 out for the first 4 boards. I didn't make a bid. And then I pick up this hand, another pass. It went 1 heart on my left, and partner bids 2 diamonds, and the hand on your right bids 3 hearts, weak and preemptive. So you look at the colours and you're favourable. So some things go through your head. You don't really want to bid 5 diamonds if 4 hearts isn't making. So how do you approach this hand? How many diamonds do you bid? Do you bid any diamonds? That's Damak. Potential future opponent. We play the winner or loser of his match. I think I've already said that. So it's gone a heart, 2 diamonds, 3 hearts, and you've got this hand, and you're favourable, and you were passed hand. So how many diamonds do you bid? There are pros and cons. If partner's clearly got the ace of diamonds, if partner's got 6 diamonds, or partner could have 5 diamonds, and diamonds might be 3-1 or even 4-0. We haven't got all our points are in diamonds, and they're playing with a 30-point pack. So I think it's very likely they're going to make 4 hearts if they bid it. So I think that gives you 2 possible lines. Option 1, bid 5 diamonds straight away, and maybe they have to bid 5 hearts. The danger is you've got this slow club trick, and so, well, I say danger, if they bid 5 hearts, you might be able to cash 1 diamond, a trick in spades that partner might have, and you might have a slow club trick in defence. So you can bid 5 diamonds straight away, and some of the time they'll double you, some of the time they'll bid 5 hearts, depending on what hands they've got. And the pros and cons to this are, the cons, you're very flat. It could be that you go for 500 or 800 here, and they might not even have game on necessarily. We don't know that. But the pros is you make the hand that's opened heart guess now. If they're able to bid 4 hearts vulnerable and then make a forcing pass over 5 diamonds later or something like that, then they're good players and they're going to get it right. The other option you had that went through my head, and I decided not to do it, there's no point being super clever on the 5th board we've played, is you pass 3 hearts. And if you pass, it might go pass, pass, pass. There is a chance that happened. If the hand on your left's got a weak no trump and partner's got like a 14 or 15 count hand and your right's weak, they might not have the values to bid 4 hearts. And the advantage is that, if they're in a 9 or a 10 card fit, and you haven't got much defence points outside diamonds, they might have a thin 4 hearts and they might not bid it. But it's vulnerable teams; they're likely to bid it if it's got any sort of play. And I think you're weighing up between those 2 choices, and I don't know what the right one to do is. I bid 5 diamonds. I don't think it's ever going to make very often. I think it'll make 1 time in 10, and when it's making, they're probably not doubling you anyway. So maybe there's a slight plus for bidding 5 diamonds over passing, just in case partner's big and they've got game on. But there's the full hand. You can see that you can make 4 hearts, I think. You've got to drop the King of Hearts stiff, and we might still have a club trick. I don't really know. But 5 diamonds went 2 off. Thankfully, teammates through the table brought back a plus. They doubled 4 spades 1 off. It's the same 9 tricks, but for whatever reason, Athy and Neil Rosen managed to stay in 4 spades. So we didn't lose too many on the board. We only lost 5. That wasn't one of the big mistakes. I don't really like doing mistakes, so hopefully we can find some interesting decisions. So I thought it was an interesting decision. It was the only interesting bid I had, I think, for the set. But there is an interesting one end that apologies, an interesting 2 spades that Future Steve's going to do. So look out for that. He's really good, is Future Steve. So this is the one trump I mentioned earlier. We were defending this east-west, but this is more of a south point of view problem. West opens a club. It's at least 3. North beards a heart. East passes, and you've got a clear 1N. You know, 1N's going to be like 8 to 10 constructive, that sort of thing. Pass, pass, pass. No one's got anything else to say. And they lead the ace of spades and have a look at dummy. Well, they've clearly led their best fit. You have no spade stops, no spade tricks. Spades are 3-3. So hopefully no one's got more than 4 spades. We're going to lose 4 spade tricks. We're going to lose the ace of hearts is 5. And we're probably going to lose the king of clubs. It's likely to be with West. But there is a chance it's with East. East is going to be marked with some values here. So this is just about card reading. We'll go through a few tricks and then decide, what sort of things we've got. So ace of spades, small, small, small. East encourages with the 2 of spades. So West plays a small spade to the queen, and East plays a 3rd spade back. Who's got the 4th spade? Well, you find out West has got the 4th spade. Now we need to think about what we're going to be discarding. Well, where are our 7 tricks going to come from? We're probably going to make 1 heart, 3 diamonds, and 2 clubs. So we need to get an extra trick from 1 of 3 suits. We can either get an extra diamond trick, we can try and make a 3rd club trick in total, either the 4th club becoming good, or finding like East with king X of clubs or something like that. Or we can try and make 2 heart tricks with the ace of hearts being on side, and we can lead up to the ace of hearts twice. You have 2 entries to the south hand to do so. And you're just going to make sure you don't block yourself if that's the plan. So North discards a heart. You might need the 3rd round of clubs for communications, and the 5th round of hearts is probably not going to be good. If you set the heart suit up, well, boosty bonus, but you're not making any extra tricks probably. And East pitches a heart, and then you decide what to do. Well, why is East throwing a heart away? East is clearly the one with heart length. West has turned up with 4 spades. They're likely to have length in clubs. East is going to be the one with hearts here. And why is East throwing a heart? Well, they wouldn't throw a heart from 4. So East is throwing a heart from 5, and East is encouraging hearts. So what sort of holding will they do that from? Well, they're going to be doing that from ace to 5. It's unlikely they're going to be encouraging with jack 10 to 5 or something like that. So often the first discard is from their longest suit, just in general from a defending point of view. It's the suit you can afford. If you're defending with a 5-card side suit, it's not going to have a chance of being set up. It's just an easy discard to make, and you can encourage or discourage. So it's likely East has 5 hearts here, and it's likely East has 5 hearts to the ace because they've encouraged. So you had a bit of a dilemma on this otherwise. If you had to discard first, you wouldn't know this information, but if you throw a 2nd heart away, you can't lead up to hearts twice. If you throw a diamond away, you might not make the 4th round of diamonds, and if you throw a club away, you might not make the 4th round of clubs. So weirdly, East encouraging hearts is good for you. You can discard a heart. Playing for East to have the ace of hearts, basically. And West plays a heart through, so you put the king up. There's no point playing the 9. East wins the ace, which you knew they had, and East returns the jack of hearts. And now we're at a second point where we have to decide what to discard. What is the thing you want to be discarding? Well, weirdly, if you'd have got the lead earlier in the south hand, you'd have been able to play a club towards the queen, and West would not be able to take their king if they've got it. You're almost certain that West has the king of clubs now. But if West flies in with the king of clubs, when you play a club to the queen, that's your 7th trick. You then make 3 club tricks separately, and that all is fine. But you can't get to your hand without blocking the diamonds. And if you unblock the diamonds, when you play a club up, they might have a diamond to cash, for example. So weirdly, although it would be nice to at some point have got to your hand to lead a club to the queen, what's more likely to make a trick? Your 4th round of clubs or your 4th round of diamonds? Well, it's going to be your 4th round of diamonds. Again, this is just card reading and thinking about what's going on. But you just need to either drop the jack of diamonds or finesse the jack of diamonds, and you're going to make 4 diamond tricks, potentially. This took the declarer at the time, Francis Hinden, very good player, quite a while to think about it. But she got this right, weirdly, and if you can see a bit further ahead, and I imagine she did have this envisaged in her mind, which the rest of the hand played fairly quickly, that you can actually squeeze East if East does have 5 hearts and the Jack of Diamonds, and you can squeeze West if they have the Jack of Diamonds guarded, by discarding a club here, keeping a 4th line of diamonds as your threat. So weirdly, it's almost certain you're going to make the contract at this point in time, assuming that East has 5 hearts, and that West has opened the bidding and hasn't psyched. You should probably be able to make this. You can sort of place every card. West has got the Ace, King of Spades, they must have the King of Clubs. East can't have much else. It doesn't really matter who's got the Jack of Diamonds, you're going to squeeze them both out of it. It's sort of like a double squeeze. So the Jack of Hearts, West saves a club away, and you win with the Queen. You can now take a safe club finesse into West that you know is going to lose, but what you're doing is you're setting up your second club trick, which we need to get to 7 tricks. So we're going to take a club finesse, and that loses, so we've lost our 6 tricks, but now what can West play back? They can play a diamond back, but our plan if they play a diamond back is to rise with the ace, but they actually played a club back. And what do we do now? Well, no one's thrown a diamond away, so are we at a position where we have to guess who's got the Jack of Diamonds? No. We sort of have a shape of the hand here. It's likely that West has 5 clubs, I think. In which case West shape is going to be 4-1-3-5. And if they've got the Jack of Diamonds, it's falling. Or if East has got the Jack of Diamonds, it's finessable. But we don't need that guess. What we can do is win the club with the ace. You can see East is discarded now, so you know the full shape of the hand. You know East started with 4 diamonds. And you know West started with 3. So wherever the Jack is, you can get it right. But you don't need to get it right. What you just need to do is play a club to the Queen. And East has to keep their 10 of hearts now. It has to come down to 4 diamonds. So wherever the Jack of Diamonds is, it's falling now. We know West has a club left, East has a heart left, so neither hand can hold 4 diamonds. And you've effectively squeezed East out of the Jack of Diamonds if they had it. And if they didn't have it, you now know to drop West's Jack. So if we look at the full hand here, you can see that West started with Jack to 3 diamonds. So you didn't actually need to find out where it was or whether it was droppable or not. The only thing you needed to do throughout the whole hand was make sure you keep the 4th round of diamonds in dummy, and then you needed to also, 4th round of diamonds in your hand, and you also need to rectify the count by taking that losing club finesse. That club finesse you know is going to lose, but sets up the Queen as an entry to the squeeze. Yeah, it might be interesting if West ducks the King of Clubs, but I think you probably just throw them into lead away from the Jack of Diamonds or something like that at the end. I don't really know, but it's very difficult for Andy to duck the King of Clubs there. So, well played. The play wasn't the same at the other table, but it was similar. Obviously, the Jack of Diamonds falls, so you just sort of have 7 tricks anyway. But at the other table, it was doubled. East, if you look at the full hand, East, it has the same auction, but East doubled in the pass at seed. Now, I toyed with doubling, but if partners only got 1 heart, I only get 1 heart lead through, and there's no guarantee we've got the balance of the points. And so, although things are lying badly for Declarer, we also need the balance of the points, or a reason to believe they've got too high, and just having 5 hearts over dummy isn't that, so I decided not to double. So we won imps on the hand, but well played Francis Hinden, who made it on a show-up squeeze, I think it is. You effectively force East to bear the Jack of Diamonds, and when they don't play it, West must have it. So, yeah, well done. You're going to see a superstar now. Are you ready? Are you ready? There he is.
Hi.
And there's Jen. Hi, Jen. Oh, Sarah. Sorry. Peripheral vision with our camera in my hand. I was like, oh, so sorry. I've seen Jen floating about. Sorry. That's Sarah Run, that. Yeah, so I'm going to show you kind of in detail kind of the draw, and this is how it looks. So this is the full draw. And in each of these matches, there's 16 matches, there's going to be an undefeated team and some losing teams. So the undefeated team kind of carry on. And from this match, I don't quite know how it exactly works here. I don't know. But the undefeated teams keep playing until they go down here. And then when you lose your match, so if I just show you where we are here. We are Copeland versus Hinden. And if we win, we go here. If we lose, we go to the once defeated pool. So in round, whichever round we are, I don't know where we'll go. We'll be seeded Our seed is 27, so if we lose, they expect 27 to go here. And then we play another defeated team, and if we win that, we play someone else that's come out of the main draw, and so on and so on and so on. Until you get to 6 teams left in this side. When you've got 6 teams left in that side, the undefeated winner, the only single undefeated person, has a morning off, and the 6 teams play down to 3. So it's a really interesting format. I don't know of any other places that do this stuff. It's obviously historical. It's been around since the 30s or 40s or something. And that's how that works. And we've also got a running scorecard, so I'll just show you this behind us. So it's rotated round on the screen, but you can see the running score. It's pretty technologically savvy. I keep saying this, but America, you need to step up. This is what you can do. We're all playing duplicated boards. There's no massive things, and America's got such big venues that if you do end up playing the same board, just space people out. You've got so much space to do things. Or just give every different match a different set of duplicated boards. I know you can do it. So this is where we're at, and we finished a bit early there. We've caught some imps back up according to the running scores. Andy and I didn't have a big error there. I think there might be one where we lose a few imps on, but obviously we've got some plus positions there as well. We did miss a slam. Not sure whether you can bid it or not. Yeah, so nothing super duper interesting there. But I did a bit more bidding than I did before, so there's that. So we won that set by 8 thanks to teammates beating 6 diamonds. We won 5, and no, we didn't win it by 8. We're now only 8 down. We won it by 18. I'm going to show you the 4th and final member, our captain, our legendary Tom Copeland.
Hey everybody.
He's from Yorkshire as well, so we like him. Athena, not so much. So we're halfway through. We're only 8 down against the 7th seed, so we're in there. They have made mistakes, but so have we, and that's why we're 8 down. So we're going to go back in. It's their choice for this set, and then we've got choice for the final set. So hopefully we can keep it tight with a match to spare. So you have this hand here. This is Andy's hand, and you hear your partner open 1 club, which is better minor. So you bid a heart, you've got your 9 or 10 count, and partner bids 2 hearts, which typically shows a weak no trump and 4 hearts, or various sort of like 3-card hearts, holdings and unbalanced hands. So when the opposition are silent, what do? Do you invite or not? And I think this comes down to what you play your 1 club opening as. So we play it as better minor. So I've got at least 3 clubs, and you have a singleton, and you've got the ace of my suit. Now, sometimes I'll be something like 2-4, 2-5, or I'll have 5 good clubs and 3 good hearts. So if I had like ace, king, x of hearts, and king to 5 clubs, you don't need me to have much else for us to make game. So opposite this nebulous club, I think passing is sensible, potentially. Game might be a bit long odds, but when you know partner's actually got clubs, even if it's only 3, they're more likely to have clubs, and so your singleton, diamond and club length is better opposite that. So my partner made a good push, maybe pushy, because some of the time you'll get to 4 and it goes off, sometimes you'll get to 3 and it goes off. It's one of these times where 3 might not be safe. If partner's got like a 3-card heart suit that isn't good, like Queen Jack, Queen Third, or King Jack X or something like that, where you don't really have the time and the strength to draw trumps or rough things in partner's hand or whatever you might need to do. But partner invited, and partner made a long suit game try in spades, and look at my hand. I've only got 13 count, but we open all 11s pretty much, so I'm better than I could be, and I've got King X of spades. So I accepted, and the defence does have a chance to beat it, but they didn't. And we made 620 against just 2 hearts making 11 at the other table. At the other table, they played it the other way up and led a diamond from the queen, which gives an 11th trick. But it doesn't matter because we gained 11 imps from it, or 9 imps from it, or whatever our swing in was. So, well judged, Andy. I think it's a mixture between a good invite and a lucky invite. I think there are sometimes you'll get to 4 going off, and you'll lose 5, but you're gaining 9 when it makes in this particular case here. So Andy judged well. I don't know if they play a nebulous club at the other table, but I don't really like nebulous clubs. I generally prefer longer, showing your longer suit if you can. So I much prefer better-minded person when I'm playing Turtle 1. And that might stem from my ACL playing days. But well bid, Andy. We're back in the match, and we've got 2 sets to go, or 16 boards left. So we've just come from set 3. The screen says we're winning the match. We had some good boards. I think a mistake from the opponents. I don't want to highlight that, but a mistake that I've done my very best to capitalise on. He got greedy and he tried to make some over tricks in 3N, and I discarded and played and false carded in such a way, in the only way, to go off. And the best bit about it, as I bid my partner. So that's the best bit about the hand. It wasn't the misplay, it was I bid my partner. So my partner owes me 1 beer. I'll give you a bidding problem. This is one we potentially could lose on, maybe. You've got Queen 9 to 6, Jack X, Singleton, 4 small. And you are, I think everyone's vulnerable. You're definitely vulnerable, I don't know if they are. And you pass as dealer. Your weak 2s in this colour are sensible, so you pass as dealer. And it goes pass, and your partner bids 1 heart, pass. So the first decision you've got in hand, and you will have more, is, or maybe have more, is do you respond with this? And I think this is a style thing. Some people would say you should be responding with ace to 5. Now, is this better than ace to 5? Well, you've got a 6th spade, you haven't got an ace. If partner hasn't got a spade fit, yeah, it's pretty bad for them. Like, if you respond to spade and partner jumps to 3 hearts, you're like, oh my god. At least you've got 2 hearts, I suppose, and maybe you can ruff diamonds. So I think if you respond, you get to a lot of no-play games from a personal point of view. And although you're vulnerable and you might miss a vulnerable game, I decided to pass. And yeah, so playing ACL, I think I would always pass because partner could have a strong no trump as well, but they can't have one here. So maybe partner's 18-19 balanced, and maybe you've got a 4 spades, or maybe, but you need things to break. So I decided to pass, and then it goes the south hand protected with a double. I said the south hand, I might have rotated the diagram. The hand that on my left protected with a double. So that's good and bad. It gives me a chance maybe to show my hand later. But it's bad in that he's likely got spades. So coming in now, potentially, will be dangerous. If I protect with, like I said, 2 spades over something, that will be dangerous. So it goes double. My partner redoubles. They'll do that with 18-19 balanced. And it goes 2 clubs on my right. So again, I've got a decision. Do I bid 2 spades or not? Freely. Now, I'm very mad I've passed a heart. I can't be much better. But if partner's only got 2 spades and an 18-19 balance, and spades are breaking poorly, this might not make. But they might be in like a 4-3 fit here. Maybe the hand on my right's having to bid their worst suit, or I don't really know. And maybe I think I'm a bit more sympathetic to bidding 2 spades now, in case partner's super big. And I didn't. I chickened out, and I bid 2. I passed, and then partner, like the hero she is, a heroine she is, protects with another double. Pass. Well, I now maybe I should be bidding 3 spades. Given I have just sat there and passed 3 times, can I be much better? No. So maybe I should bid 3 spades, but I'm still worried. In my back of my mind, I'm worried that the spades are sat over me. And I chickened out and I bid 2. And I played it alright. I managed to ruff 2 clubs and dummy and throw my other club away on a long heart, and the hand gets to ruff. So I ended up making 10. You've got to be a bit careful to make 10 if you're in it. And I think maybe if you hadn't protected with a double, you don't necessarily know where the spades are. I knew the ace jack of spades are likely on my left, so it's a bit easier. I've got more lines to make 10 than someone in 4 spades might. So there's a chance teammates are beating 4 spades. The other table open a bit light. Sorry, the other table don't open very light, and maybe don't respond very light either. So there's a chance that this is going to be flat. I think this is a missed opportunity. It might be my worst decision of the day necessarily, and then my biggest costing one, because obviously we've got 4 spades on. So I don't know if you respond. I think this is just a partnership style thing. I asked Andy if she would respond with my hand, and she wouldn't. But I think I've got 2 other options where I could have made a free bid or a stronger bid and got us to this game. So this is a potential swing out. I don't know if the other table's played yet. If they have, we're in a good position. If they haven't, we might still be behind in the match. So sometimes when you're down in a match, you need a bit of luck, and we got it on this board. I'm just going to show you the whole board and the action at both tables. And it was a big swing in our favour both ways round. So I don't know where the auction of the other table is, but North-South get to 3N, played by the North hand, which is the strong hand. Athena was playing 3N with the strong hand opposite the Queen to 6 hearts. Don't know how they got there. Don't know whether the opponents bid or not, but they erred at trick 1. They led a spade from the king, and now you've got time to set stuff up. Your singleton 10 of hearts is really good, given the jacks on side, so they can't really attack hearts, and they haven't led a diamond at trick 1, which is probably the suit they need to lead to beat you. So the spade lead gives you an entry to dummy to take a club finesse. It loses, but your clubs are so good that you make 4 club tricks now. So, and then they switch to diamonds, but it's too late now. We end up getting 3 spade tricks. You can unblock the spade, you can concede a spade to the king, and spades are 3-3, and then you make 4 clubs, 3 spades, and the ace queen of diamonds. So you make 9 tricks exactly on the spade lead. So it's a pretty lucky lead for us. And at the other table, I'll give you the bidding as well. So they also got to 3N at the other table after the auction. 1 club pass, 1 diamond showing hearts with the 6 hearts hand. Andy's in there with 2 diamonds. It's a bidder's game. You've got to get in there. The strong hand bids 2 spades. So now they've got natural clubs, natural spades. I bid 3 diamonds weak. I'm a bit thin, but the vulnerability's right. And we need a bit of a swing, so maybe 3 diamonds might buy it when they've got a part score on, and maybe it makes, or whatever. I think things are well placed for me. Andy's going to be shorting clubs. They're going to be roughing clubs over the other short club hand. I've got the king of spades well, so my 6 count's actually working quite nicely, even though I've got a diamond on her. And then this goes pass, pass, and the strong hand bids 3N. And now the hand with 6 hearts, the south hand in the picture, is absolutely stuck. They know 3N's not making. Okay, but they can't run to 4 hearts because their partner's got a singleton heart at most. So what do? Well, they just pass. And Andy, the heroine she is, whacked it. So I now have a choice. What do you lead from my hand? Do you lead a heart or do you lead a diamond? Well, given I've got a stop in spades and maybe 2 club stops depending on where the pips are, I actually don't think I need to lead a heart. The double should say lead a heart, or I can tolerate a heart lead or something. I'm just going to lead a diamond. I'm going to set Andy's diamonds up. I'm going to make 2 black suit tricks. If it's right to switch to a heart, I can do it later. I don't think Andy's going to have a bad heart suit. Andy's going to have something like ace king 10x or ace queen 10x or something. And because I've got the jack, it doesn't mean I need to lead one at trick 1. I led a diamond, and the Clara played well actually to go 2 off, because if they play to make it, I think they're going like 5 off, and we get 1400. We got 14 imps on the board, plus 500 scores up with plus 630, I think, or 600, which gave us 14 imps. And we were only 12 down going into that set, but we didn't win. There's Jason Hackett letting me through. We didn't win. We lost some swings. We lost a set by 2, and overall we finished 14 imps behind them. So I think we've got to be pleased for a few reasons. One, we kept it so close. We won a set against the top seeded team. Andy, Athena and Tom haven't played the swing fours before, so hopefully they were really happy that we were pushing it close. And it's nice not to kind of concede the match with 1 set to go or something, to play the whole match and still be in it. The other thing that's nice again is because we lost by 14 imps and our biggest swing out was minus 12. Not one single board has cost us a match. Now, errors have been made, and maybe if we'd eliminated errors we would have won, but then our opponents made errors too, so that isn't quite the same. It wasn't spectacular play. So what happens now is we go into the once defeated pool. We're playing not Dan, Mack and Nikolai, so if you know them, they won their match, so we're playing the team they beat. which I don't actually know. So we're going to get a pint. My partner owes me a pint because I beat a 3N with a 7 of diamonds for a 10-imp swing in. But more importantly, that 10 imps means nothing now, but the pint means everything. So I'm going to enjoy that, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next video.